Okay, we are back with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to Charlamagne the God talking about Drake versus Jay-Z off a conversation about DJ Drama and Meek Mill's beef. And we're just gonna get straight to it. We're just gonna get straight to it.
You can put a DR before my name, and it don't have to be Doctor. It can be Dick Rider.
Hey, yo, Charlamagne. Pause.
There's only one Jay-Z.
Problem.
Sean Carter is a one-on-one, okay? And just like Jordan, there's a lot of people you might compare to him for a lot of different reasons, but there really is no comparison when you go back and you really look at what this man accomplished in hip-hop, but not just accomplished in hip-hop, being one of the nicest ever to touch a microphone. There's no rapper that's probably more quotable than Jay-Z. And if I'm being totally objectively honest, the person I saw quoted as much as Jay-Z has been Drake. For that generation, like, Drake always had a caption. Motherfuckers using this shit for captions and quotes and all of that. So as much as we quote Jay-Z, I did see a generation quote Drake like that. But I'm still not comparing Drake to Jay-Z in no way, shape, or form. And it's a lot of different reasons.
Drake is my favorite artist. I know Hove is Hove, but no comparison at all. Charlamagne, I think you out of pocket. No comparison. Drake has been running the game for a 10-year, decade plus. This is crazy. No comparison.
I'm not comparing Drake to Jay. I don't think Drake is as nice as Jay as a rapper. I think Drake is dope, but I don't think he's as nice as Jay. And I still think, when we having these conversations about the ghostwriting, Jay-Z was S. Carter, ghostwriter. For the right price, he made your shit tighter. He didn't have ghostwriters. You know what I'm saying? Drake actually used ghostwriters. That's still a knock.
And we never would have heard about them reference tracks that came out. I think it's the same conversation people have when they put LeBron and Mike. They go to the rings, and other people got more rings than Mike, but they don't call them the greatest of all time. It's the same thing with Drake. Like, nobody, if them reference tracks had never came out, people jump to that argument every single time. Why them reference tracks came out. Like, he talked about the reference track. It's not like, it's like any other singer or it's a reference track. He didn't steal bars on the actual rapping side. His pen was his pen. He made that shit hot. That's why I don't understand that argument. People be like, it was like Drake was killing stuff for so long, and that's the only blemish they have in his career. They go straight to the ghostwriting thing. I just don't understand it. They act like my man. What about the charts? Let's talk about the charts. He was on top of the charts for whatever. Let's talk like sales. Did that not matter? The sales not matter. Like, Jay-Z has been out for a certain amount of time, and I would say lyrically, Jay-Z, Hove, they right there to me. Well, if Jay-Z dropped today, Jay-Z not selling 100K. He not selling 200K, 300K, 400K. Like, Drake has been doing this consistently for a decade. Like, he's been dropping, he and hitting different genres too on top of that. So why is that never in the conversation? Is it just, rapping ability and he's $1 billion after rap? Drake is, some people say Drake is a billionaire now with just rap. I don't like that argument. I think they gotta come better. They come my man. Like, you feel me? You gotta come better.
Him in a lot of ways, even though I think it's dope when, if you're a hip-hop artist, you look to get the best song. I don't know about writing your whole verses and all of that, but another thing I put...
You see how he say that? Like, if nobody ever knew about that reference track, what would the people said about Drake? Without that, they, like... I know people got Hove hair, so it's like Hove, and they got the blinders on. They can't see nothing past Hove. But no comparison, like Drake ain't been doing it for this long. Yeah, Jay-Z come out, but is it still... Yeah, it's still impactful, but not impactful I think it's impactful culturally, but not the whole scope of rap music. Like when Drake dropped, it's pandemonium. This is crazy.
I give Jay over Drake is think about all the artists Jay has introduced. Now Drake has introduced artists in other ways, meaning he'll get on a feature and make their shit hot, and then you'll start paying attention to them in a different way. But Jay actually gave us other superstars.
Like who?
He gave us the J. Cole's and the Kanye's and the Rihanna's and, you know, the whole Rockefeller regime back in the day. Of course, he wasn't the only executive. You know, of course, you got to give Dame and Biggs and all of them their credit.
I was about to say, give them their credit too. It wasn't just Hove.
You know, Jay has introduced us to countless amounts.
Did Jay introduce us to Kanye? Or was that Dame?
Legendary superstars.
That he profits on.
Yeah.
Drake is putting people on that he doesn't profit on.
You know Drake's not getting money for those features? Of course he is.
No, he's not getting money for their stardom.
But what's wrong with profiting off of them, though? All I'm saying is Jay discovered Jay has discovered talent. Drake hasn't done that yet.
No. I think Drake has put way more artists on than Jay-Z. Way more.
No. I don't even know
way more.
Now you sound like this question.
I'm just saying, in terms of not only artists, but like
I'm a fan of Andrew Schulz too. The grind, his YouTube grind, and being a brilliant idiot. I watched his career grow up, so I like his points. The trends in. But anybody saying Drake didn't put nobody on is crazy, or give a look to somebody. It's plenty of artists that Drake has put on. Like, we got. The Migos was the Migos in Atlanta. They was already bubbling. But when Drake jumped on that Versace feature, out of here. You feel me? You got Blockword JB. He jumped on his song. You got McConan jumped on his song. You got Party Next Door. You got him out of there. You got let me think. You got The Weeknd. We wouldn't have The Weeknd without Drake. Like, you feel me? You got The Weeknd. We talking about superstars. Party Next Door. The Weeknd. Let me think. It's a bunch of other ones that Drake had. Division. It's a lot of artists that Drake jumped on a song when it was bubbling up. He jumped on a Rihanna song. Rihanna was already Rihanna, but he jumped on that feature. She has a couple big features with Drake. There's so many more artists. Let me think. It's gonna come.
Music, Drake has been on top of for the last fucking decade.
You know who did that?
And what about the genres though? Dance hall, Afro beats, that culture, the UK. Like, there's certain different type of sounds that Drake is in different pockets where he's global. Like, you feel me? I don't think Drake got that impact globally in them cultures. Like, why don't Drake get... It's okay. I know Hove is there, but we're not going to act like culturally, the UK, he changed up his sound, the reggaeton. Like, Drake be in them pockets.
Started that blueprint?
Who?
Jay-Z.
Is that right?
Because back in the day, Jay-Z would jump on who's ever was the hot person. So, Juvenile High remix.
Okay.
The Oakland sound, you know. What's my favorite word? When he did that shit, when he did the shit about over Two Show Blow Your Whistle. He had a couple Houston records like that. He would do guest appearances, whether it was Rick Ross Hustling, whether it was, Jeezy, Dope Boys Go Crazy. That blueprint that Drake does, which is smart.
You're saying that Jay-Z established that?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. 100. And by the way, it's a smart strategy.
No, it's brilliant.
Why not?
It's brilliant. I guess I've always saw Jay-Z as coming from more of like a business perspective in terms of curating talent and then playing a part in either the management or the label side of that talent. Whereas I've seen Drake...
Excellent point, Andrew. Excellent point.
...put people on that he's not signing simply because he believes that that's the direction where music is going to go, and he wants to shine a light on that.
But isn't it
Facts.
them a bigger investment? Like, if I'm Jay-Z and I decide to not just feature on a J. Cole, I'm going to sign him and invest in him because I know this guy is one of those next ones. Instead of just signing, featuring on a Kanye West song, we're going to sign this guy to our label.
No, because I think there's self-interest there. It's like I look at what Drake does more like what like Rogan does, where it's just like, oh wow, this person is really talented, and I want to give them the exposure that they deserve. And
But if Rogan had a podcast network,
but the fact
he'd maneuver differently.
Sure, but the fact that he could have a podcast network if he wants, but to me it's altruistic. It's like, wow, I think there's greatness here, and I want to shine a light on that greatness. And
Jay has done both.
yeah, you guys are explaining that to me now, so I'm
Jay
seeing that. But I do think that we can't diminish Drake's contributions in those ways.
Here's my thing. I like
shining lights on artists that people had no clue who they were, and giving them massive opportunities. Like massive opportunities.
What's a greater? Okay, put it like this. I'm not knocking what you said, but what's greater?
How many people's sorry to cut you? How many people's first platinum record has a Drake feature on it?
Sure.
Plenty of artists. Drake has jumped on and got their first platinum, gold record because of Drake.
And then how many people's first platinum record has a Jay-Z feature? I'm not trying to...
Facts. That's a good point. If Jay-Z was to jump on somebody's song right now, like how many of his features got gold and platinum that he featured on? Like, can he do that right now? I don't know.
Jay-Z,
a bunch of them.
And I believe they do. I guess what I'm trying is like,
and I could be wrong. It could be a lot, but I think
all the different genres of music, we could really tell from that point right there who has put on more people. Let's just look at your first gold or platinum record with a feature.
I would think Jay-Z trumps that by far.
I don't know, dude.
Because, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because not only did Jay-Z did the features on hit records, he wrote a lot of hit records, and he signed a lot of these hit artists. What's more important for Drake? What's have been more impactful? If he just had a Lil Wayne feature, or Lil Wayne actually signing him to Young Money?
What's more impactful for Drake?
What's been more impactful for his career? Do you think just him having a Lil Wayne feature, or Wayne actually signing him to Young Money?
I think
both. Lil Wayne was so hot at that time. I think both. I think you can make an argument for both.
The exposure is more important. There's no question that having the cosign from not only Wayne, but also Jay Prince, and having that background and support has helped him. There's no question.
100%.
But I do believe that he was so and is so talented that the exposure of a Wayne feature, the exposure of a Jay-Z feature, the exposure of a Kanye feature, anybody shining light on that level of talent was going to take him over the top.
I agree, but having that one-off is different than having somebody behind you constantly, every day pushing.
I'm not saying that it's either or. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is some people are so talented that all they need is the first look, and then after getting that first look, people start going, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, no, I agree. But then you can fall off too. Because I can be McConan. God bless.
Okay.
100%. You know what I mean?
I said that
earlier. Drake give you a hot record.
That's 100%.
And then there's no follow-up.
And that's really on you.
Yes.
And the people that...
Jay-Z got some of those too. I remember that time when they were saying, I think it's Jay Electronica, they were saying he was going to be the next Jay-Z.
You know, Drake gave a
We're going to bring that point up. We can bring that point. We can go tit for tat. We can go tit for tat.
Like that, what is it, Versace?
Mm-hmm.
That Versace one was crazy. And then Migos go, you know what, we're also superstars, and we're going to continue to take this opportunity and become the biggest rap group of our generation.
Just said that.
You're not wrong, but I think people also forget Migos already had they were bubbling before. That's why Drake got on the record. Even with the Lil Babies, I think sometimes, and it's not to nobody's fault, but sometimes when you aren't paying attention to like what's happening in the street in that moment.
You know me. I've always said I'm the biggest outsider in music, whatever. I don't know anything. I'm looking as the most casual. You guys already know that Migos is popping. You guys already know what's happening there in Atlanta, and you already know how they have maybe a cultural stranglehold.
Drake's in the club and he hear that Versace, he like, oh, I gotta get on this.
100%.
Yeah.
But and that does benefit him as well. 100%.
Absolutely.
It does benefit him as well. Him bringing up all these young artists, I can imagine they have the same appreciation and gratitude to.
And I respect Andrew's point because he said, he's coming from a casual fan. Like I watch Flagrant 2 and listen to Andrew. He's not like the biggest rap guy. He listens to like what the casuals listen to. So his point is not biased. So I like that. Charlamagne is coming from a hip hop standpoint, from being in the culture for such a long time. So as Andrew being a casual and being around, I like his points.
As a lot of us comics have,
And I agree.
Well, I definitely have for you, but also for Rogan, right? Where it's just like, wow, these people like put me in a position for other people to see me, so I'm going to have that eternal gratitude, and that's really helpful when you're coming up. Now, instead of beefing with these guys who are your competition, those guys are going, yo, Drake's the man. Let's go on tour. Let's do anything. Like, it's a great strategic move, and I'm sure, as you guys were explaining, Jay-Z had also done this. I
wonder if there's a thought process to that. I wonder if it's like, I'm going to give this person a feature. Because I know if I shine the light on him, he'll go.
He's out of here.
But this person I really want to be invested in. This person I want to be
maybe
part of their career going forward.
Bro, but you know what it also could be too is like some people don't, I don't know, but like some people, I have more joy in like putting people on, giving them opportunities and like helping them without making money off them type of thing, right? Like I don't want to own anybody. Also, I'm not as excited in like the curation and building of somebody else. I like being helpful, but I don't want that to be my job. You know what I mean?
I like both.
I know you're
like
different. You really like doing that kind of stuff where it's like, for me, I want to help you and I want to brainstorm with you. I want whatever, but I don't want to feel like it's on me to make your career. I want to give you the opportunity where you can make your career, give you the platforms. I want to shine the light. I want to help you with everything I can do. But it's already hard enough to build the things that we're doing right here.
And you got to shoot a lot of shots because there's going to be a lot of misses. I'm not going to sit here and act like, of course, Jay's had a lot of misses. You know what I mean?
Okay, keeping it fair.
When those shots go in, you get a Rihanna. You get a Kanye.
Oh, huge.
You get a J. Cole. You know what I mean? They even, say what you want. The Memphis Bleaks, the Beanie Siegels, the State Properties, all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Of course, you can't just give Jay credit for that because that's Dame and that's Biggs. And
that's what I'm saying. Is that solely just Jay-Z? I don't know.
All of them when they were Rockefeller. But, man, a lot of these artists, like, when you're responsible for one legend, when you're responsible for one other legend, you're in a different league. When you're responsible for like 2 or 3, come on, man. That's why I give Wayne
The Weeknd.
I give Wayne a lot of props. Wayne gave us Drake and Nicki.
Yo, Wayne, 100%, no question.
Kanye too. Kanye gave us John Legend. Big Sean, Kid Cudi.
What genres of music, not only just hip hop, but what genres of music do you think that Drake has played a part in?
I said that earlier. The genres. I said it earlier. I don't
say the word exposing because they're already popular artists and they're already popular genres. But shining a light so they can become mainstream accepted in our lifetime.
I don't think it's a genre he's shown us that we haven't seen.
No, again, it's not about we haven't seen and you guys are so inside. I'm talking about the casual like me, right? So like Drake really shining a light on like what was happening in the UK rap scene. Right? Like to me, I'm like, oh wow, he was really on that. Not only in terms of like music, but also like culture, like the Top Boy stuff. Like okay, there's something bubbling over here. Obviously down south, him collabing with a few of the artists down south. And then also the Afro beats or whatever it is.
I said that earlier.
A huge, massive genre of music, but bringing that over to like a mainstream Western audience, like where white people are listening to fucking, what's the guy's at Last?
Burna Boy.
You know what I mean? Like
what Afrobeat song was Drake on?
Drake was on a couple Afrobeat songs.
A few Afrobeat style songs.
UK songs.
Like Scorpion.
Is Thames an Afrobeat dude?
Yeah,
that's a woman.
Thames, what?
That's a woman.
Check out the rest of this conversation on Brilliant Idiots. I will say, to say it's no comparison to with Drake and Hov, I think that's out of pocket. Come on. We got like the boy is still doing it now. He's still doing it now. To say no comparison, I think that's truly disrespectful. Drake is really him, and he's still gone right now. Like, share, subscribe, and we out.